me on the call today and your willingness to participate in the panel, to help out, and all of the effort that each of you took to fill out the questionnaire. Really, really appreciate that. It was incredible to read each of your stories. Each of you are phenomenal. So we're so excited to talk to you today and get to know a little bit more about you and get prepared for Thursday. So we only have a limited number of space on the panel, so not everybody will get to participate in the panel, but everyone, as we talked with Maria Palma, is welcome to come to the event and enjoy it and come out and experience that. So we're excited to see all of you on Thursday as well. So what we thought we would do today is, so I'm going to just go one by one and talk to each of you individually, and just ask you a few questions, some of them based off of what your responses were, and then just sort of chat and for about 5 minutes with each of you. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. Conrad, would you like to say anything? On your end?
Sarah, you pretty much said everything, but I also wanted to say thank you to all of the students and to Maria Paula for your time today and for helping us with the event and, to promote the Hispanic culture, biculture.
Yes, awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I have Ian first on the list.
Okay.
You said Ian. Hi, Ian.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Okay, just to start with a few questions. The first question is, what does it mean to you to be bicultural Latino teen in the U.S.?
To me, being bicultural and in the U.S., it means kind of displaying your authenticity, regardless of your situation. Not trying to put on a facade of who you are, trying to be more American or trying to be more Hispanic. Just trying to be really yourself and bringing out both aspects of who you are in every situation possible. Unapologetic and just being yourself. So that's kind of what it means to me.
Okay, and then from your personal experience of being a Latino teen here in the U.S., what have been some of the challenges for that?
Challenges, I think the initial challenge was the biggest one was when I first moved up to the U.S. I was put in preschool, and basically the only person I had real close contact with up until that point was my mother, and so I only spoke Spanish with her. And so in preschool, I would always try to speak to my friends or to my teachers in Spanish, and so it was a struggle really to learn the language. But I think by kindergarten, I had a pretty good grasp of it. And I think also at school, especially when I started high school, I remember kind of trying to find my place. And trying to find out who I was. So like at lunch, there would be days when I was kind of conflicted. Should I sit with my American friends or should I sit with my Hispanic friends? And so I think those were some of the biggest challenges that I faced.
Okay. Awesome. Well, obviously you learned the language very, very well.
Yes, thank you.
So, okay, and you mentioned that you love watching soccer in Spanish, which I totally agree with you, by the way. Any other shows that you like watching in Spanish? How do you consume content basically in Spanish and English? Can you talk to us about that?
So in terms of other shows besides soccer, I think a lot of the dramas I prefer watching in Spanish. I think the news also. The news has a very a larger cultural kind of emphasis and a more global emphasis than the American news channels, and so I prefer that as well. Then I kind of missed the last part of your question. Could you repeat it, maybe?
Yeah, well, one question before that. So the dramas that you watch in Spanish, do you watch those with your parents or on your own?
I watch a few with my parents. Like my mom at night, she'll sometimes turn on the TV and start watching some of them. So I'd say mostly I'll watch them with my family.
Okay. The other part of that question was about content, watching TV, watching videos. You know, would you watch in English or would you watch in Spanish?
I'd say definitely sports. I watch in Spanish. Usually news. I'll watch in Spanish. Movies. Since we don't receive as many Spanish movies in the U.S., I watch most of them in English. Unless it's on TV, in which case the English channels don't provide very good movie choices. So usually Univision or Telemundo, they'll have American movies, but they're all translated into Spanish, and so I watch a lot of those as well. And on other interfaces such as YouTube, I'll watch a lot of Spanish videos, especially the music videos. I like them a lot better.
Cool. Well, that leads me right to the next question. So you mentioned that you listen to both English and Spanish music,
Yeah.
and then they both directly reflect the culture.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk to us a little bit more about that and how you think they reflect the culture?
So I think that I usually listen to more Spanish music, and for me it reflects the culture in terms of that it's like more laid back, more how do you say it? I don't know, more laid back and kind of spirited, more festive, less I don't know, less I don't know, not as depressing. A lot of times in English music you'll have depressing themes, whereas in Spanish music it's a lot more lively and upbeat, and so I prefer that a lot more. And then some of the themes as well, you get themes that could reflect your situation in Colombia, or it could reflect the situation in Cuba, and so I see that largely as well.
Right. Okay. So, as for the Coca Cola company, you know, it's important for, you know, Coca Cola and all brands to connect, all brands and companies really to connect with teams like you, Hispanic teams in the U.S. So, from your perspective, what do you look for in a brand and a company?
I'd say that when I look at a company, and in terms of their brand and their appeal, besides the utilitarian aspect of how I can use it to better my situation or how it will directly impact me, would be the unity and how we shouldn't be focused on specifically marketing to one type of person or one group, and you should be trying to appeal to all sectors of the public and kind of reflect a sense of unity between all the races, all the ethnicities, and all people.
Okay. Awesome. And then, you're talking about all people, you know, how do you think that brands should include and connect with Latino teams?
I'd say, well, Latino teams within the U.S. or kind of globally, like if
Within the U.S., okay.
okay,
Within the U.S.
within the U.S. I don't know. I think a lot of Latino teams, you know, it depends on how integrated they are in the culture. Some of them are very connected to their Hispanic culture. Others are more kind of Americanized. And the way that I would most connect with them, I think the general way that they're all connected is through social media. So I think that by putting advertisements on social media and emphasizing the togetherness that this brand allows, I think that would be the best way to reach them.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think that's good
right, thank you.